Hello friends, this is Jangachar. Hope you are doing well. And today we are going to learn a to-do list to learn the basic concepts of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. These concepts are very useful in web development process. So to create a to-do list, we require some jQuery, HTML and CSS files. So instead of doing local, I'm using a code sandbox. It is a cloud IDE. Here using code sandbox, we can create any prototypes instantly. So without spending a lot of time, we can share these code sandbox prototypes directly to anyone using a shareable link. So let's get started. So here I'm creating a sandbox. So here we are using a JavaScript and giving some name as a to-do list and making it just selecting folders, and visibility is a public, so anyone can view this repository or this sandbox. So just creating a sandbox. So it is given some sample files like some basic structure of HTML and the styles and the JS file. So here it is using as a module, that's why it is given as a type model and the file name as MJS. So if you don't want the MJS, we can simply remove this type and just give the JS and then rename this file as JS. That's it. So everything will fine. That's it. To create a to-do list, we need some input and one button and the list container to display the to-do list. So HTML and removing this one and giving one container. So into this container I am giving one to-do input field. So in this div we can have an input field to access the input from the user and the button. This button we are giving in the label as add. So here if you remove this one, this error will not get because we removed the ID from app ID from the HTML. So here we got input element and add button. So I'm giving some attributes to the input, placeholder, enter a to-do list and giving some ID to it. To-do name. So whatever the to-do we are giving, that will be read using this ID, and I'm giving some ID to this button also. To-do add button. That's it. And we required another division to hold our to-do list so I'm giving that as a to-do list container. So it will create a div for us. So for this UL I'm giving one ID as to-do list. So here I'm giving one li, basic li. So here I'm giving some name as test. So here I'm giving some text as a hello world. So we can format this HTML using the format document. So by default it will use prettier. So here I wanted to apply some styles to it. So to add some styles, first I am making containers. For this container I am adding, for this container I am giving display flex, and the flex direction is column. This below auto suggestions are provided by the Codium, which is a code sandbox feature. So if we click on the tab, this all styles automatically apply to our element. So here I wanted to style this one. Sorry, this one, display flex. After this, justify content, center, width is 100%. Sorry, width is 100%. That's it. And I'm giving some styles to this one. So giving some class name as a to-do name. For that to-do name, I'm adding some padding. Padding as a 10 pixel. Border 1 pixel, solid, and say some color is CCC, so it's a light gray color. So here I want the width of this input to be 80% of the main container. That's it. In the similar way, I am giving styles to this button, making it as a class button. For the button, I am giving some background color, greenery. And the text color is white, and the padding pixel and 20 pixel, and removing some border, giving the border for the button, and the border radius 5 pixel. Border radius is 5 pixel, and then making it width as 20 pixels, 20% of the main container. That's it. So just format it. So this is our input field. So here whenever you hover on the cursor, it is not showing the pointer. So to add that one, make a cursor as a pointer. So whenever you hover on the button, it will show as a cursor. That's it. So here I'm giving one title to this app. To do list app. That's it. Okay. So now input is completed. Now we are going to style this list container. List container, first of all we are removing the bullet point that dotted before the line. So list shall type none, so it will remove the dots. Sorry, we have to add this to do list, not the to do list container. And here it is id, so that the shells are not applying, so I'm adding the same to as a class, so now it's removed. And for this I'm removing the margin as a 0, and similarly padding also 0. So everything is removed, and the width is 100%. So 100% of the container. So now to-do list is completed. Now we are adding some styles to the li inside of this to-do. So copy this and paste here inside this li. So here I'm adding some padding as 0 and 10 pixels. So it will add a top and left as a 0, and both the so here I'm adding padding as a 10. So here I'm adding padding as a 0 and 10. So 0 is the top and bottom, 10 is the left and right. And margin bottom 10 pixel, and adding some border to it. One pixel solid. Let me see. So these are automatically provided with the Codium. Now up to here everything is fine. So here I'm adding some margin top. Otherwise we can add some space between this container and input container using this container. Margin top is 20 pixel. Margin top is 20 pixel. That's it. And to do this li, I'm adding some actions. So to add that actions and remove this content, inside this I'm giving inside this li I'm adding a to do. So I'm adding a to do item view. Inside to do item view, a to do which will also some text content. So after the to do, I'm going to store some actions. These actions can have, and these actions, one is as a So here I added plus C plus. In a similar way we are having a delete one. In the similar way we are having a tick mark. So currently these are come as one under one, so we need to fix this one. To fix this one we need to add styles to the to-do item. Check any styles are there, so it does not present any styles, so here I am adding to this display flex and justify and justify content and space between. And width is 100%. I'm making this content full width. That's it. So for this li I'm adding some padding as 5 pixels. Okay, now it's looking somewhat. Now it's looking very nice with some padding to the top and bottom. Otherwise we can add 8. Okay, so this one, for these actions we need a cursor point. For that one we can add cursor to this inside action. We have span element, so inside actions any span element is present, that span we are going to make it as a cursor pointer. That's it. So we have set HTML and styles to it, but final step is we need to make this as a dynamic. So to make it as a dynamic, I am first adding event to this button. So this one, document dot query selector. In this we need to pass the ID of the element, and we need add event listener of this one. So whenever we click on this button, it will give a callback. In this callback we are doing the actions. So this one is completed. So here we need to read the input value. For that one I am using this one. So I am selecting the same document query selector. So using a codem, it is suggesting us to select this one. So I'm just clicking the tab. So here I'm reading value from this to-do name. I'm assigning this to a variable to-do name. So I'm storing that value inside this variable. So here we are going to add some validations. To-do name not equal to empty. Otherwise, if to-do not equal to empty, then we are showing one alert. Please enter to-do list name and just return false. That's it. So if I click add one, so it is giving us a message, please enter a to-do list, because the input is empty. So this one is completed. Next we have to prepare this one. To prepare that one, we need this template. So just simply removing from here and here assigning to one variable li contain and give one name to it. So element li is equals to document create element li. So here we doesn't require li here. So after preparing this full container, we need to append as a inner HTML to this one. That's it. So here after preparing the style, we need to append to this to-do list. So automatically it is given by the Codium. So now it's working fine. So here we need to update the actual content instead of this one. So just updating this. Okay, now we'll check this functionality. So if we click on that, it is giving alert and then entering some content, and so it is adding perfectly. So after adding the container, we need to remove the existing value from this one. It means we need to reset this input field. So for that one, we need to add some to-do name as a. After adding this element, we need to set value as empty. So here, instead of reading directly value, we need to read here the value. That's it. 1. Okay, now it's clear. 2. Here. Okay. So here we have actions, but these actions are not working here properly because we didn't added any actions here in JS. So to add actions to this, so here in this li element, we need to find the action. That's it. So whenever we here we are having two actions here. The first one is the done and the second one is the delete. So first I am selecting a delete one. So whenever we click on this delete icon, add event listener, so whenever we click on this, whenever we click on the delete icon, that callback will come here. So from here we need to, so here we have to pass the current event. From that event we need to find the current target from the current event. From this current target we need to find the closest just li and just remove, so it will remove the our selected element. So just try one, delete. So here we got some error. So sorry, here is the one typo, it is a current target, that's it. One. So here typo is fixed. If you enter anything and click enter, item is adding. If you click on the delete, it is removed. So up to now it is perfect. So up to now it is perfect. Now in the similar way, whenever we click on the done, I need to add some style to it. So for that I need to select the nearest element and add one class to it. So here I am selecting the nearest li. For that nearest li I am adding I'm taking a class list, and for that class list I'm adding one as done. That's it. Whenever we click on the done, it will add the to do class, to do done class to the current li. So here I'm adding some background color. That's it. These all styles are not required because already these styles are applying from here. That's it. One, two, so I added 3 elements. If I click on the tick mark, it will add some color. Some event, some another event. So if you click on the tick mark, it will add as a done. If you click on the remove, it will be removed from the to-do list. One, two, that's it. So we can preview this output in the web page without a editor. Actually here the entire list container is occupied throughout the screen. Make it as a half of the portion. You can add some width to it. So 50%. So in full view it will occupy only up to 50% only. To make it as a center, align content center. So it will automatically comes to the center of this page with the margin auto. That's it. Now it will look nice. Okay. And if you want to make it as a full width in a smaller screens, we can add some media queries. So whenever the media query separate, it is getting visible. That's it. I hope you liked the content. Thank you.